Hello, Bambinos, and welcome to week 7 of the WDC. This week we are playing against Gurt, coach of the Old English Eiscue, who we have played a multitude of times. And we've actually been on a little bit of a win streak, so we're hoping to keep that up. This match is quite big. This is the last week of the regular season. Last week, sadly, I don't have a video because the match never occurred because my opponent was unable to participate. However, because of that win last week, because of the forfeit, I am fighting Gurt for the number 1 seed and for my chances of being getting a bye for the first round of playoffs. The goal here is if I 2-0 Gurt, I get first seed. If I 2-1, I get second seed, which means I get a bye. And if I lose, I'm guaranteed not to get a bye. So definitely a really big game for me and not a huge game for Gurt, except in the aspect that if they want to be the first overall seed, they do need to get at least one game off me. However, they're going to get a bye no matter what. And so I'm not sure how serious they're going to take it, but it is a big game for me. So here we can see this is the matchup, and it is a tough matchup. Gert's team is really good, and they are, on top of that, just a great player. They have Tornadus, so they have Prankster Tailwind, they have Prankster Taunt. In addition to that, they have the ability to set up the sand in a strong sand mode with extra drill and Tyranitar. And then in addition, they have Big Disruption and Arcanine with Will-O-Wisp, Extreme Speed, Intimidate, Yin Xiao with Inner Focus, so I can't fake it out myself and can fake out my own Pokemon. And it's just generically quite fast. And then also some really bulky, annoying Pokemon in the form of like Primarina and Hydrapple. So definitely a little bit concerning. However, one big thing about their team that I'm pretty happy with is that their team is a little bit weak to water, which is good in the fact that my main way to prevent the sand is setting up the rain, because I have multiple mons that can set up the rain, and with the idea of setting up the rain to prevent the sand, which is helpful, and then also getting a little bit of damage boost since they only have 2 water resist and a lot of water weaknesses. I kind of like the idea of that. And so with that, here's my team. So the big idea is my top 2 Pokemon. This is kind of a lead idea in which is very good unless they lead me and Chao and fake out one of these Pokemon. Obviously, it's not as great if they lead like a water resist or Terra into a water resist. However, the idea with this one is Volbeat sets up the rain. Greninja has choice specs, Terra Water, rain boosted Surf, hitting both of the Pokemon. With this, I've done the damage calcs are immensely impressive. Pretty much that one shots almost everything on their team that in which Surf is neutral. So they don't even need to, like, for example, like Tyranitar. I one shot Tyranitar even if they tear into like a Terra like fighting, for example, or like extra drill if they transform that into like a Terra Fairy or something like that. And so like I just need them not to Terra into a grass type or like a water type, or not have Primarina out there, and that is really good because on top of that, Greninja outspeeds everything on their team unless they have Scarf or set up their own Tailwind. And so we have Mental Herb with Volbeat as a means to prevent them from taunting me, Prankster Taunt with Tornadus. If they do Prankster Taunt me, then I can ignore it, set up the rain, and then one-shot Tornadus with rain boosted Surf from Greninja. And then if they just set up Tailwind, hopefully I should be able to take an attack for most things with the Greninja and get the kill with the rain boosted Surf, and then set up Tailwind the next turn. And that's kind of the idea. So your Terra Ghost on Volbeat as a means to kind of encourage them not to fake out in front of my Volbeat, and also in case I do need a way to play around fake out. So that's kind of the idea. We're really specially bulky, so we actually survive Surf in the rain from Greninja the first time. And then the following turn, we can either set up Tailwind if we need some speed control after we set up the rain, or do like Helping Hand. Other than that, the idea is, Rain Dance, Tailwind to get some speed control with Volbeat, Helping Hand to get a little bit extra damage, and then Taunt to taunt their like Trick Room or like the Tornadus of themselves. Because like if Tornadus is in the lead, I set up Tailwind, I can then taunt them because I'll outspeed them. So there's kind of the ideas. Greninja's the other attacking moves. We have Water Pledge in case we don't want to do the spread move. This would mainly occur if Greninja was in the back, not in the lead. If it's in the lead with Volbeat, it's almost always going to be Click and Surf. We have Ice Beam to hit the Hydrapple, which 4 times resists water moves, so definitely need that. And then Sludge Wave to hit the Primarina, which resists the water moves as well. So it's kind of the ideas of the Greninja set. But the big idea, Surf, Rain Dance, Terra Water, try to get some kills. Next up, we have Gliscor. Gliscor, we got Covert Cloak, so it can't be faked out by the Mian Xiao. And then Dual Wing Beat, try to get the clean kill on it. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. Covert Cloak, so it can't be intimidated. If they do ring the Arcanine, knock off just a consistent damage, and then high horsepower hits like Tyranitar, Extra Drill, Arcanine for really good damage, and is also just generically pretty good neutral damage. Next up, we have Okidogi. Okidogi, Guard Dog, because they have the Arcanine. Not sure they're going to bring it, but, I think it's worth it, especially since stock exchange, whatever. This one's pretty straightforward. We have the Shuka Berry, so it takes ground moves a little better. We have Terra Steel to make it resist Psychic and Flying, which is, the main weaknesses outside of the ground weakness. And then we have the Shuka Berry for the fact that we should, we always kind of are neutral to one ground move. And then we have Poison Jab, hits Primarina, has a good chance to one-shot it with my EV spread. Drain Punch, good consistent damage. It likely doesn't one-shot Extra Drill if they're a little bulky, but it should kill Tyranitar. And then we have Knockoff to, help deal with like Slowpoke, and then just generically, some Terras that are Poison and Dark fighting are not great into. Finally, we have the last two of kind of our more like bulky-ish support mons. Our Raging Bull is really weird this week. It is pretty much maxed physical defense with Body Brace. So the idea is this is the best damage I can get into Tyranitar and Extra Drill, and also is the best way to actually take hits from Extra Drill and Tyranitar, because their physical damage is really bad into, or like can do massive damage into my Raging Bolt, especially from Extra Drill. And so with this set, with the leftovers, I actually take 2 high horsepowers from Extra Drill. That's how much physical bulk I have, and then Body Press is clean 2-hit KO on Extra Drill, and a clean 2-hit on Tyranitar, but all does like mainly like like almost like 80% to Tyranitar. And then we have the Thunderclap to do some consistent damage, and the Electro Web just as a way to get some spread damage, get a little bit of speed control. And then finally we have Sinistcha. Sinistcha has the Cobra Berry to take moves from Tornadus a little bit better. We're very physically bulky to take moves from like the Tyranitar, Arcanine, Extra Drill, and we have Macha Shadow Ball, just has consistent damage, Rage Powder to help some of our partner Pokemon. So that's kind of the idea. I'm hopefully excited that the Volbeat and Greninja can do some work. We'll see if it can. With that, let's get into the match. Here we are for game 1, and my opponent's prep has been great for my Greninja here. They brought none of their water resists, and in addition to that, they have 0 Terra types that help them resist water, which means that every single Pokemon on their team likely gets one shot by Terra, Water, Rain boosted Surf. And so I decided to leave Volbeat. This only really concern I have is the possibility of them leading Mian Xiao, faking out, and then possibly trying to kill the Greninja. But other than that, I feel really good about that. I decided to go with Gliscor and Sinistcha on the back. Sinistcha is a good switch in to most things that are going to hit Greninja, and then Gliscor I think is just really good into like their Sand mode. Also does good damage into the Slowbro. And also just, other than like ice coverage for Mian Xiao is pretty hard for them to deal with. And so with that, let's get into the game. So my opponent leads Extra Drill Mian Xiao, and I'm a little bit concerned here because if they fake out Greninja and then like hit it with like a really powerful move, I can be in a really awkward position. And even if they just fake out the Volbeat, it's a little bit awkward. However, I'm just like, I completely made this team. This was the first thing I wanted to do with this team, so why not just go for it? I consider a switch out to maybe into Sinistcha to take a fake out a little bit better, but I decide like I'm gonna go for it. What's the worst that can happen? I don't know if this is the right move, but let's do it. Like obviously, if they're sash for one of these mons, this could be a little awkward. If they fake out my Greninja and then I kill Greninja, or if they fake out and then kill my Greninja, it's really, really bad. However, if they don't fake out this first turn, I think that I'll be in really good shape, pretty much no matter what happens. At the very least, I will do massive damage. They end up switching out Extra Drill. This means that I am in really good position, pretty much no matter what they do, because I should outspeed Mian Xiao, and so I should get a Rain Boosted Surf no matter what, or they just fake out and I get the Rain Boosted Surf the next turn. And so I'm pretty happy with this turn no matter what goes on, because I went for this, completely bold decision. And like I said, because they switch out, it should be pretty safe no matter what. They end up not faking out. I get the rain dance up. So if they are not shashing me and Xiao, I should get the double knockout here. And are they are not scarf. So we get the attack off and get the double knockout. We crit the Slowbro. I don't know how important that was. My damage calc said I kill it most of the time. If it was max special defense, I don't think I kill, but even if they were max special defense, I'd feel great because that was a switch in, so there was nothing really they could do here. And we get a nice 2 kills on turn 1. And they just bring out Vespa Queen and Extra Drill, and this game looks like it might just be over on turn 2. I'm very, very excited here. So we just go for Surf, and we can go for. I went for Helping Hand. I think this was a misplay. I think I should have gone for Tailwind because a way in which we could lose this is them being able to have Scarf on Extra Drill and flinch my Greninja. And so I definitely think I should have gone for the Tailwind because I know I kill Extra Drill even if it tears out of its water weakness. And Vespiquen, I didn't really do that damage calc, and so it might have survived. However, being able to just guarantee bring Vespiquen at probably down to like 20%, and then killing the Extra Drill is almost certainly the optimal play. Because, like I said, if they're Scarf, I get a flinch here, I could be in a little bit awkward position. And so they end up tearing, which doesn't matter with this damage calc. I am guaranteed to kill it. It's basically, is this thing Sash or is it Scarfed? And if the answer is to no to both of this game is over. We get the Helping Hand off. Now we just got to see if we're faster, and we are faster. So this game should be over. Even if they are Sash, I'm going to kill one, bring the other one down to 1. They are not sashed either. I'm getting the clean 4 kills with Greninja, and I was ecstatic here. I was so happy because this set kind of was a little bit of a meme, but I'm like, I think it's actually good. And some of my prep partners were like, nah, that seems like a terrible idea. And it ended up working out wonderfully. So I was really happy with this and kind of just going all in and be like, I'm just going to go for it. What's the worst that could happen? And it ended up working out. So with that, let's go to game 2. So here we are for game 2. I 100% don't think I can just do the same lead. I don't think that's going to work. I'm sure they're going to do something to prevent that. And so the big question is how am I going to adjust? How are they going to adjust? I'm assuming they're actually going to fake out something with me and Xiao this turn. And so I think that I should probably like Gorilla Score because I do have Covert Cloak, which means they're not going to be able to fake me out. And I will be able to one-shot me and Xiao because they're Stellar Terra. And so dueling, which is always a clean kill. I might need a Terra to prevent them from like killing with triple axle, but it's pretty safe. I decided to go with Raging Bolt just because it's a pretty bulky. I can protect in front of a possible fake out in front of me and Xiao, and it also is pretty, kind of just a neutral mon there. And then I kind of just want to lead the same mons at the back of the Greninja Volbeat because like the idea is just get rid of whatever they lead that was designed to beat this, and then sweep it up with Greninja in the back. I don't really want to lead Okidoki or bring Okidoki just because I'm a little bit concerned against some of these mons. And Sinisha honestly just doesn't look great. And so with that, let's get into the game. So they ended up leading Slowbro, me, and Xiao, which is kind of more or less what I expected. The idea behind this, I'm sure, was to go for the fake out and, get the Trick Room Muck, and then Greninja's not as good. I think, honestly, if I led the same way, Taunt on Slowbro might have been able to do it, but who knows. So anyways, with this, I want to dueling. We try to kill the me and Xiao. I definitely feel the need of Terra because me and Xiao might just triple axle and kill my Gliscor if I don't Terra. The real question is, am I more concerned with Slowbro checking up Trick Room or just killing the me and Xiao? And I decided to just kill the me and Xiao. The reason behind this is because I might not kill Slowbro with the double up, especially if they Terra. And so I decided to just do that and then go for a pretty consistent Electro Web because I'm not super concerned with me and Xiao doing too much damage to the Raging Bolt here. I definitely think maybe I should have doubled up into Slowpoke with a little bit more damage because this does look like a Trick Room setup. But like I said, I think I should be fine at kind of stalling out the Trick Room, especially given the fact that they don't have a huge amount of damage. So they end up going for the triple axle, which means my Terra is correct, but I get really lucky and they miss the triple axle. And then we were able to get the clean one-hit KO with the dual wing beat. So really good, really big miss. Obviously, I don't think it's going to do that massive amount of damage because I would be resisting it because I Terra'd. I'm expecting I'd probably taken about 30-ish%. And then the electro whip ends up doing more damage than I was expecting, to such an extent that I feel like I probably could have gotten the kill with if I just went for the high horsepower into the slow bro there. But like I said, if they tear flying, then the high horsepower misses and I completely lose, and the knockoff probably doesn't get there. However, they get Trick Room up. Vespa Queen comes out. Vespa Queen's Terra ground. So Electro Web's not the most consistent. And so like here, the big question is, do I want to target down the slow bro or the Vespa Queen? And I decide I'm just going to go for the slow bro. I don't think I really care about the Vespa Queen too much. Its damage output is really unimpressive, and so I just decide to go for that. And I go for the Electro Web because it's good damage. Vespa Queen doesn't tear up, and if it does, it's not a really big deal. Just getting a little bit of chip on both of them makes the most sense, especially since currently body press doesn't really hit either of them. They end up getting the quick troll activated, and then also revealing that they are in fact going to tear the Vespa Queen. Like I said, I don't think there's much play around this. Like I considered protecting as well to stall some trick room turns. However, I'm assuming these are going to be some sort of setup mons, and so I decided not to. They go for the acid play, which I was a little bit stressed about when it happened, but then I realized that I'm cover cloak, so I actually don't get the special attack drop. So I was pretty happy. I'm like, okay, I feel pretty good. The electro up here, like I said, does okay damage. Bringing Slowbro below 50%, which is pretty good. However, we missed the dueling beat, which probably killed Slowbro, but I'm not too concerned here. So here I'm thinking about just double protecting, trying to solve Trick Room turns, because once Trick Room's over, I feel like this game is pretty much over. I should be able to easily win with Greninja in the back. However, here I decided that I don't think they're going to do too much damage to me, and I can probably just kill Slowbro, which seems pretty relevant. However, I do think I maybe should have just protected the Raging Bolt, because I don't think I'm doing much damage with a body press into Vespiquen at +2 physical defense, especially because they can acid spray me and get to me to -2 special defense and get a super effective tear ground into my Raging Bolt. However, like I said, my Raging Bolt's pretty bulky and I survive, which is pretty big. Because this means I can actually solve Trick Room, which is kind of the big goal. We connect the knockoff, kill the slow bro. Now they're down to the final two. And as long as the last mon's not Tornadoes, Greninja's guaranteed to just win this game in the end. And we get a little bit of recovery, but like I said, at this point, I'm mainly just concerned with stalling out Trick Room and getting the Volbeat Greninja out to clean it up. They revealed Tyranitar as the last mon, which is okay, but we're not too concerned because, like I said, there's 2 turns left. Trick Room, double protect is completely safe here, and then next turn, even if we lose both Pokemon, which I'm pretty fine with, we can just sweep both Greninja. So at this point, I think we're pretty good chance of being able to win this. They just go for a Bug Buzz, which probably will kill, but like I said, I'm pretty happy honestly if they just get a double knockout, and they actually reveal to be special Tyranitar. With the fact that they're leading this Vespiquen and the special Tyranitar, and there's no Sash Mons and no Scarf Mons, I definitely strongly believe they are memeing a little bit, and so a little bit a little bit fun on their set, but like I said, this is definitely a big match for me. So here, this last turn of Trick Room, so I'm just gonna get a little bit of damage, and so I just go for the knockout Vespiquen in case they have some sort of annoying item, and I go for the Thunderclap because I don't expect to be able to survive a move and just try to get a little damage. We do in fact get the damage on Tyranitar in case Tyranitar for some reason is Sash, or something like that. We can clean it up with Greninja. They end up revealing that they are throat spray on their Vespiquen, and they get a special attack boost, which means that my knockoff will end up being incorrect move into the Vespiquen. However, like I said, at this point we're just kind of just waiting for Greninja to come in and sweep this off because Surf just hits both of these for super effective damage, and we bring out the Volbeat first so that we can set up the rain because we want to be able to guarantee, because Tyranitar does take some of these water moves pretty well. Yeah, in the rain or in the sand because of its special defense boost from the sand. And so here we just get high horsepower into Tyranitar, try to get a little damage in case it's something like Assault Vest, and then get the rain up to prevent the special the chip damage and the special defense boost from the Tyranitar. So we get the high horsepower, somehow kills because it crits. The crit definitely mattered in that damage calc, but I don't think it mattered in the aspects of whether or not I was going to be able to win this game. They end up just going for a defense order to get up to +4 um, physical defense, which I definitely think that if I had a physical attacker in the back, they might be able to win this game. Luckily for me, I have a special attacker that hits super effective and has a rain boost. But here, I just decided to go for high horsepower to get a little damage and taunt so that they can't stall out the last little bit of turns of and let me not like somehow not get rain up and not have rain up. And so they end up getting the kill on Gliscor, which, like I said, I've kind of just been at this point waiting for Gliscor to die for a while and get into position where, Greninja can kind of just sweep it up. And because we taunted, they can't protect, and that means this turn should be the last turn of the game. And I just come in, click Water Pledge or Surf, and get the clean kill. So this was definitely a fun set. I was really excited to get that Surf rain dance going on. And I was really, kind of really, hoping to be able to get a 2-0 win because this 2-0 win puts me at first overall seed, which means I'm the regular season champion for the WDC. This is actually the first time I've ever been a regular season champion. I've been as a solo coach. I've been a champion before of the entire season, but not the regular season. So this is definitely really cool, and I'm really excited to get the bye. And really cool to kind of just see Greninja go off and kind of have like a really strong rain mode there. But with that, we are done with the regular season. We are going to be a week, a full week off of the WDC, and then we'll be in the semifinals of playoffs. So hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.